Coming up on Hot Tag Reviews.
Be a man.
Oh, Jesus.
So, y'all remember me from back in the days? The wrestling OG, Randy Savage, don't play. Been chilling in that cut. But I'm back on the scene. I'll still kick your butt because I'm still real mean.
Oh my God, we're back again. I don't know, you weren't saying shit.
Fucking give us a chance, like, do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, just hit the record button and he's shouting at me already. This is abuse, I'm out.
Welcome to Hot Tag Reviews, where Rob gets shit on from a great height.
Immediately.
Immediately. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Alcatraz for 7 whole days.
Really? What are you going to do there?
I'm just going to prepare.
Are you gonna get out of Alcatraz?
They're just going to let me out after 7 days. Got an agreement with them.
All right.
Yeah, me and Roddy Piper are best mates, so he gave me his contact from 1997, and funny enough, he's still alive and he works there, so it might be his son. I can't remember.
Who's Roddy Piper or the bloke working at Alcatraz?
Well,
yeah,
let's move on.
You should have gone to somebody else who escaped from Alcatraz and gone to Sean Connery, like Nick Cage. They know everything about Alcatraz. You know what I mean?
Could have gone to Wayne The Rock Johnson as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually a biopic of his life.
Okay. Hit that intro music. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Hot Tag Reviews, and we are back. We are back in the time machine, and we go back to the 23rd of February 1997 when World Championship Wrestling presented SuperBrawl VII from Cow Palace, San Francisco, California. Yeah, so there was 13,324 in attendance, pretty much against that. It was pretty much a sellout. There's no other way of doing it. I'm having Wi-Fi issues. Welcome back. Technical difficulties. Yet again.
That's what you sound like. Where's them bongos?
Bongo bingos, and year on year for pay-per-view buy rate, they were 50,000 up at 200,000 versus 150,000. Are we having issues? We are. No?
Occasionally. There's like, it'll be fine, and then it sort of drops a bit.
You're more right to me.
All right, then. That's good. Hopefully I'm all right to everybody listening as well. So life goes on. But our opening credits here, guys, is Alcatraz, as I alluded to in the opening segment there. As Roddy Piper all of a sudden appears inside, slamming prison cell doors, breathing heavy, having an altercation with a guard before running around like a madman out of the prison. Eventually, he tells us that he's been in prison for 7 days, turning into Jack from the Titanic on his little boat, shouting that he's coming before we get a title card, fireworks, and Tony Schiavone. I can only describe this as utter madness. What are you boys thinking?
You're comparing this against the opening of last month's show where they arrived on garbage trucks. If anything, there's a step up.
I don't know which one I prefer.
I do know something about
neither.
I do know something about this though, as Piper's leaning on the mast of the boat and the pole. This is a shoot story, so apparently he was told not to do it because it wasn't stable, and if he'd have fell in, those are shark infested waters. So Piper may never have actually escaped Alcatraz because he could have been in the sequel of Jaws.
Which one? 5?
And he, you know, they're all good. They're all good. I can't say that with a straight face.
You just said all the Jawses are good. I'm really hopeful
I've only ever seen
that you don't believe that statement.
I've only ever seen 2 of them, so it was a revelation for me to learn that anymore.
Which 2? And this is really important for our friendship.
The first one and the sequel.
Okay. I'll let you have them.
I do know Michael Caine's in the third one, and I'm sort of tempted to watch it for that reason. But other than that, I can't be bothered.
He's in the 4th one. It's fine.
Oh, is it? Oh,
don't worry about it. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm not offended in the slightest.
You don't
not at
like
all.
it.
Not in the slightest.
Don't like it.
Rah! So, Mark, what are you saying?
What a daft cunt. Nah, like, to be fair, like, if he's been told not to do something, he needs to fucking listen, then, no, like, who does he think he is? Fucking escaping from Alcatraz and... Oh, come on.
Let me tell you something, brother.
To be fair,
Roddy Piper.
I get why they did it. Like it's in San Francisco, and oh no, where's the Alcatraz? Oh no, but you know, come on.
It's like us thinking of a promo location, isn't it? And then actually going to do it. That's what's happened here.
OTT, man. It's like
they
had a great idea, and they're just like, yeah, that's what it's going to be, and it just it's like, oh, okay. Crazy.
Also, if you're getting ready for a title match, what's the best way to train for it? Is to actually be going to the
prison cell 7 days, apparently.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Every day exercise works for me anyway.
Yeah, don't eat, don't sleep, mumble to yourself. That's it. That's what you do.
Lockdown life. He took it a bit too seriously, didn't he, lads? To be honest,
he knew something back in the day.
He was trying to tell us something 20 odd
4 years
ago.
later, you're going to be locked in cells yourself, you pricks.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Fuck them. Right. So we get Dusty Rhodes, and we do get Bobby the Brain Heenan this time round, who joined Tony Schiavone. All the focus is, of course, on Piper and Hogan because, of course, they are the big names. They are the stars. They are the main event. And my God, what a main event it was. I don't know what that is. That was my attempt at doing a raspberry to sound like a shit sound. It didn't really work.
You do one done. You do a raspberry.
No, I've got some in the fridge, but that's the best you're getting out of me.
You've got raspberries in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Go fucking prove it.
No?
No, I didn't think so.
I don't have to justify my raspberry eating habit to you.
All right,
or anyone.
For that matter, fuck them. So let's we've got 10 matches to cover, boys. So we better get right on into it with match 1. It is for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. It is 6. So that's X-Pac to people that don't remember. He apparently steals belts. That was a good video package, right? That let us know exactly what was going on. I didn't have to go, oh yeah, 6 is the champion this time round. You know, like last month when they didn't show me a video package and 6 walked out with a belt and I thought, hey, it's champion. It's good that was. So Dean Malenko is his opponent. He is the Cruiserweight champion. And the referee is Mark Curtis. This is a really good match.
WCW openers for you, dude?
Yeah.
You know.
Can stop listening after this one again. Let's just spend all our time and energy on this one.
Now, I just getting quick into this. I love this match, and it was nice to see a sort of different side of Malenko in this match. But yeah, like I actually really enjoyed this match. This might be my second favorite of the night.
Okay.
Not my favorite match.
it's like he almost broke character because he's known as the Iceman, no emotion, no nothing, but he got a bit riled up and he showed that this actually got to him, and he showed a bit of aggressiveness and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Calm and cool, and just takes everything in his stride. But it was a good storytelling. I think it was good.
Yeah.
Showed his aggression and how pissed off he was and all that sort of stuff. So I think he'd done a good job, to be fair. Shows his character a bit more.
Yeah,
absolutely. Really good start to the show. The NWO Jobber music was obviously back for 6.
Loser.
They
missed that. That's all it needed.
He needed a permanent jobber. He did every month, didn't he?
Yeah. It
was
like
Michael Buffer, but he didn't even turn up this time round, did he?
Yeah.
Could have got Bruce. He would have been pretty cheap at 97 as well.
Yeah, it definitely would have been. But you got loads of your man, David Pencer. He's our ring announcer.
Oh, yeah.
Please give us a Dave Malenko entrance on Dave Pencer's impression.
Okay. And coming to the ring, the man of 1,000 holds. It's
and there you go, Cruiserweight champion, and that's it, Dave Malenko. That is exactly how he was announced to the ring. Fact. Really good start to the match. Malenko is on absolute fire, and it's just more of the same really throughout the match for me. The crossbody over the top rope, that stood out. Just more of Malenko being an absolute boss in this match. It's a solid match in general. I don't think 6 gets a lot in, if I'm honest with you, and when he does, it's meh, you know what I mean? It's okay, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll be honest though, like me watching these matches with like 6 before he went back to WWF, I actually was quite impressed with him.
Okay.
He was showing a little bit more than I think he does in DX or his later run in WWF. Probably less of the charisma though. I think that's the only thing missing here.
Yeah. I get
less of the cocaine,
Less cocaine will work great. So, but
well, bro, let me tell you, I love the cocaine. I was gonna go into a China thing. I'm not gonna speak it of the dead, unfortunately. So let's move on. We found where I draw the line, lads. It's only took this long. Yeah, go on.
Did you think in this match as well? I don't know if he was going to speak more about the match, but there was a double down in the match.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a legit double down. It looked like it. And if it wasn't a legit double down, then it made me
believe.
It made me believe. So it was a good spot. It was a good spot if it wasn't a legit one. I think they've done like a double, like they ran into each other and done the double headbutt.
Oh yes, yeah.
But none of them protected themselves, and it was really, really snug. So whether it was a legit or not, I don't know. But it's something like just makes you sit there and go, "Whoa, okay,
that just happened."
this
ref better slow his stank.
The only thing I can describe is the finish. Exactly. The only way I can describe it is when you had the match with Steve, the boxing.
Okay, yeah.
And the first thing I said to you was that was bang on back elbow.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Because it looked like boom. It looked legit.
Yeah, it fucking felt like it. The reaction that it got as well was just like, wow, okay.
And it just
now
shows,
we're on to something.
Yeah, it just shows one simple move, bang, and that's what made me jump. Like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
Oh, nice. I'm glad I could hook you in a wrestling match too, buddy. That's, yeah, I'm all right. Just that once. Never before, never again. Thanks. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. What you done there, lad?
My fucking chair's just trying to fucking kill me.
Oh, right. Get some pillows.
Nah, fuck that.
Oh, right. Sound. Okay.
That's better.
You seem a bit blurry on mine as well.
He's blurry.
I was going focus, yeah? It must have been.
You still are?
That's that.
Fucking webcam gimmicks.
I'm looking now.
No,
better.
No better. No. I was going to let Martin answer for a change, but he clearly wants me to do all the work too.
I was answering.
Yeah, Martin was answering.
Fucking hell.
What are you shitting on,
lads? Fuck me.
That's it. Look, you know what it is? His focus is powered by rage. Carry on.
Get angry, brother. Towards the end of the match, Eddie Guerrero turns up. We saw in the video package to explain that Six had not only stole Malenko's title, but also Eddie's. Anyway, it gets a bit messy. The belt's involved. All of a sudden, the ref's distracted a little bit. The timing is just about right for me here. Six uses the title to pick up the win. We got a new Cruiserweight champion, and it is Six in the opener. So the NWO take a championship from WCW. What's our final thoughts on this one?
Mark, do you want to go first?
Yeah, like I said, I think it was a good match. I don't think it was the best on the card. I don't think it was the worst. Good match. It was a good opener. I thought it was a bit of a shitty finish, but yeah, that's just my own personal opinion. But I don't know. I thought that, and then I watched the rest of the matches, and I thought this ain't as bad of a shitty finish as I thought it was.
You did all right there.
Spoiler alert.
I want to go back and change my notes. So that was actually a good finish in comparison. Yeah. But no, it was a meh. It was good, and it's a shame really because these are all good wrestlers involved. I love Eddie, and Eddie was involved and stuff. But it was just meh. I was just too looking forward to Hogan Piper.
Yeah, pumped after that Alcatraz gimmick.
Yeah,
makes sense. Daniel Cornfield.
I'm waiting for Mark to see what his rating was.
Oh, my rating.
Oh, we're going there, are we?
Well, I don't know, but it seems like we're at that point.
Okay.
Go
for it.
I actually give this 1 3/4.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
1 3. Wow, okay.
Yeah, giving you 3/4, mugging my spreadsheet off.
Okay.
Yeah, go on then, Don. Give it to me, baby.
My opinion, it was. I'm pretty fly for a white guy, which could be said about the two men in this match. I actually really enjoyed it. What Mark said, the end just ruined it. It ruined like what could have been a really good contest. Loved the aggression out of Malenko. It was very out of character for him, and not that it felt real, but for his character, it felt like a different side was being shown, which I really appreciated. I've got 2 stars for the match, and it would have been higher, but the ending fucked me. I felt like I got shit on by the ending.
Okay.
But,
that's
2
fair.
stars.
I went 2.5, lads. Pretty much the same reasons as what you've given. I guess I was just a bit more generous on this occasion. Big Dave was even more generous. He gave it 3.25 stars.
Okay. I can see where it comes from, but fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Mark.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. So we end up with Mean Gene in the locker room area. DDP is there with him, but obviously he's got to start with one thing and one thing only, lads, and that's his pocket money, the bread and butter. The hotline is back, ladies and gentlemen, and this time round you can find out what WCW talent has been having a dinner date with a member of the New World Order, but not just any member. It's Bischoff, it's Hogan, it's Nolan Nash, it's the big guns. Phone me now and find out more. And then he brings in Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, DDP in this promo seemed a bit weird.
Yeah, he did have a clue what was going on today.
Yeah, but I think he's sort of like main.
Who was my mystery opponent?
I wrestle anyone. Is it this guy?
Superstar.
He felt lost. It felt like the blind leading the blind in this one for me.
Mean Gene had to take control quickly, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's a case of DDP was like warming up backstage, and he was like, you know what you was planning, or you know what that match that you had, it ain't really happening. So you've got about like 15 seconds. Can you walk over there to Mean Gene and cut a promo, please? Yeah, sound.
And do you need me to get anything across? No, just talk. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
All right then. Who am I facing?
It was like Mean Gene was booking it on the flight. It was like, am I wrestling Vincent, VK Wall Street, Buff Bagwell? And it was like, you could see Mean Gene going, yep, baggers. You go with bangers, mate.
I don't want to give the old boys a run out.
Yeah.
I'll make that young stallion do some work.
I'm going for the job squad of the NWL at the time.
Nice.
So I like it. I like the technique.
So yeah, I have to agree. It was a dead awkward segment, just like your camera blurring us. I did. I thought the graphics were a little bit. Were just for the title match, by the way, lads. The match card graphics. We will talk about that more and more as we go on. I didn't mention it for the first match because I just thought it was for title matches, and then randomly it appeared for a 6-man tag match, which was the second match on the card. Why are these title cards everywhere for a 6-man tag match?
You know what? It helps people reviewing it 24 years later.
Yeah, it does.
Who's in the match?
To be fair, yeah. And you know what? Fair play to them. I never got match cards. I'll probably be on about fucking 6 match cards in my whole life. So you know what? Fair play. If they're in the 6-man tag and they want a match card, fucking put it on the telly. You know what I mean?
Fucking brilliant. Okay, fair dues. Yeah, all right then. Sound. Well, our mate Conan.
That's all I got to say about that.
Our mate Conan, La Parca, and Villano number 4 head to the ring as I try not to butcher these names.
Would you like me to announce the names?
What I would like you to do is talk about your favourite commentator who just turns up just for this match.
And too right he did, because you heard what happened when he wasn't there. And I think my fucking point is proven.
Yeah.
Mike Tenay comes in like a fucking shooting star.
And he explains... What does he explain, mate?
He explains the significance of luchadors in Mexico. He explains the concept of 6-mans.
He does.
Trios matches. He explains everything.
A Lucha Libre card, and it's hilarious.
The thing is, though, what explanation did you get at the Rumble when they had a 6-man? Fucking zero.
Did that make this match any better?
It made it better for people that never watched it before.
I agree.
I think this is where WCW's advantage is. They knew how to book
they kind of knew what they had, match. Didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they had a better understanding rather than, right, we're chucking in a Taco Bell.
Until Kevin Nash started.
We'll chuck the advertising of Taco Bell. Good luck.
Could be a 7-Eleven.
But yeah. So.
You can announce their opponents, though, Don.
You know what, though? Thank God bless. Like that. Okay, so you've got the team of Juventud Guerrero, pre-Juice, Ciclope.
Less juice in their system. Less juice in their system.
We've got Ciclope wearing the shittiest Halloween costume I've ever seen in my life. No disrespect. And Super
B&M specialties.
Oh, yeah. It's 2 months after Halloween, but we'll try and knock it out for free.
Yeah.
We need to Poundland for the costume, mate, then.
Mate, Poundland would be jealous of this costume. They'd like send that shit back. And their tag partner is Super Callow.
Realistic.
I'm going to say I personally liked this match. Not as much as the first one, but I actually did enjoy it. It was a good little trios match. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Okay, let's get down to it, right? So initially for me, Conan stood out. Our mate Conan, he did stand out with a rolling clothesline. Hoovy, there was a nice opening trade-off between the two. And then all of a sudden, there was a dive on a bloke sitting on a chair from the Parker.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the Parker as well.
Just no fucking around, was there? Yeah.
You know what, though? It was different. It was a different way to do it, and I actually appreciate that.
You can say that. It was different. And I did switch off during the middle of the match, if I'm completely honest. But Hoovy was like the standout for me throughout. You know, he's 21 at the time. He's just giving and taking moves like an absolute boss, to be completely honest. He's got no fear. He's been chucked around. He's doing all sorts of fucking moves that for 1997 you've probably never seen before, have you? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It was very rare for a guy to like drop a 450.
Yeah,
very rare. Where realistically that should have been a finish.
Yeah,
that should have been a finish. But can we talk about another dive a little bit later in the match?
Go for it.
So there's a spot with, I believe, the Lano 4 and Super Callow.
Fragilistic.
Expialidocious. So we've got Mumbo number 5's brother here.
Oh, yes.
A
little bit of Sandra.
He's on the outside of the ring. And your boy goes for what I could describe as a twisting senton off the second rope. And there's no one in the pool to catch him. He just eats shit. Full shit.
How's that concrete taste, buddy?
Oi, Biante, oi, Biante. I don't know Spanish.
That was close.
He's Spanish enough.
You could have ordered something in Taco Bell with that.
No, that's just, you do the English technique, you point and you shout. Because language is based solely on volume and not actual content.
Oh.
There was like spots in this match where I really liked.
What about you, Mark? Is there anything from you that you enjoyed in this one?
I think it was just a typical like AAA match. Wanted to be fair, like that's sort of like standard of lucha libre 6-man tags and high flying. It was it's something that you've seen before and it's something that you've seen since. It was all right. Like I said, the two standouts was Conan and Uvi, masked Uvi, which was good. It was good. Good athletes to be fair. I like my man Conan. He's rolling clotheslines. Like that's pretty good to be fair. Because like Conan, he's not a small guy. He's not one of these lucha libre. He's like the same size as La Parka, maybe.
Reminded me of Don, to be honest, because literally just before Don like packed it up last year for a little bit.
Yeah.
We did it in the final of the Black Country Championship tournament, and we were on about it before it had all started, I think, and we just chucked it in halfway through the match. We were just calling spots to each other in the end, and I was like, "Oh, do that rolling clothesline that like we were practicing earlier." And literally, it was a case of right sound, gone, done, boom. And I looked at that, and Conan delivered it. I was like, "Oh shit, that was that reminded me of that match. It was pretty cool."
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I loved Conan back at this time, so I always said like I was going to try and get some sort of reference in, and I was not doing flips. I was not doing submissions. I thought a rolling clothesline's the best I'm going to do. But I really like that spot. It always is cool. It's always a good spot for me. And I'm keeping it. Fuck you, Conan.
But the finish as well. Like, the finish, like, if you see Conan's face, oh my God, is he happy?
Oh, yeah.
He was fucking fuming.
Just before we get to that slow motion replay, there is a spot that I really, really enjoyed that we do need to just cover, because we've talked about things that you expect to see, the dives, the spots that we've talked about, but there was one spot in there that really on a pay-per-view had no right to be there. It was more of a carnival sort of let's have a shits and giggles moment. And when they started doing the multi-man spots in regards to pins and submissions, I was just losing my shit. I thought it was great. I fucking really enjoyed that bit.
And then they got him in circles, like, and he kind of like, what is it, like the back? What is it? It's on a surfboard. Is it? What's that maneuver?
Octopus.
Is it the octopus?
I think it was an octopus hold, and there was like a 4-way leg split in the middle.
In the middle.
I thought there was like summoning Cthulhu. If you
like, if you had
fourth Lord
the
Cthulhu.
Crazy cam that WWE used for like the ladder matches, that's what it would have looked like, and then there would have been chanting a stick. A camera on a stick would have done the job. It would have been like a seance.
Yeah.
Ouija board was out in the middle. Like, Luigi. Like, they were trying to get Mario involved.
That's brilliant. We speak to the spirits of the dead.
Hey, Mario!
Mario!
Are we going after the mushroom?
Yes. Oh, fuck. I've summoned Bowser by mistake. Shit.
Yeah, so on to the finish then. It was pretty hilarious. No one had a clue what was going on, but the ref had enough. Mickey J was our ref, by the way. He'd had enough. He'd called for the bell. He told Conan, don't fucking worry about it. And Conan was like, I am fucking worried about it. I'm dead fuming.
Yeah. Oh. You can tell it definitely had like another spot at least after that. And you know, when you're just like, 100%. What's going on? Like, I ain't even had a chance to do a big finish. And like, you can tell them just pissed off.
Hey, man, you messed my spot up.
Yeah.
Like, in fairness, I mean, I brought the finish as in that Black Tiger bomb. I brought that as a finisher until the ref fucked up the count. That was it. I thought, okay, that's the actual finish. And then realised that really wasn't meant to be the finish, was it?
No.
But
like I said, though, he had enough, didn't he? He was like, you're fuckers, you're mad of you now. Come on.
You lot are running me about, and I've got to do double duty at some point during the night. Because that was a theme for the referees in this night. Yeah. Paul Scott Dickinson, the fucking big old bastard, and Mark Curtis got abused on this card, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They got abused. Oh, yeah. Go on then, summarise the match, give us your stars. They go 9 minutes 51. I didn't write down the time for Six and Dave Malenko.
It was like 11 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
11 minutes.
11 minutes they went. 9-11 apparently. So 9 minutes 51. Summarise and give us your stars.
I really enjoyed this match actually. Not as good as the first match, but it was a different flavour. Mike Tenay is 5 stars in my mind instantly. But he's just like, the match itself is weird to an outsider that doesn't watch Lucha Libre, and in '97 not a lot of people were. So, but I actually really enjoyed the match, and I appreciate someone eating shit on a dive. So I gave it 2 stars.
Yeah, Marty wasn't so courteous this time round, so we're over to you now, buddy.
Yeah. Purely because, like, my mate Conan, like, I need to feel sorry for him. Like, we needed more than that finish. So I'm literally giving this star rating is for the referee, by the way. Nothing to do with the 6 legends in the ring. This is a 0.5 stars.
Ouch. Again, another finish fucked by the ref.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised at that, Mark. I'm surprised, but that's cool. It's fine. Don, you'll be happy to know I landed with you at 2 stars. Big Dave. Big Dave had been on the pot this night because he rated this one 3.75 stars.
He's trying to get loser. He's trying to get internet good boy points back in '97.
Brilliant.
To that dial-in modem.
Dave's
good boy points.
Dave's a raving fucking lunatic, ain't he? He's, what the fuck, man?
Dave's loves it, man. So he's on as much gear as the lad.
I bet Dave Meltzer keeps fucking pet chimpanzees in his house just so he can rack them all off.
The Chimpanzee King, premiering on Netflix.
Is that like the new main event? It's fucking Tuna Meltzer versus Peter.
Fucking hell.
I love that.
That in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Judge Judy, the referee.
Halfway through, Maury comes out. What's his name? Maury Povich.
Povich, yeah.
Oh, who's not the dad, though?
The DNA results show that Tuna Meltzer.
And then Dr. Phil comes out and stops him and is like, no.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Jerry Springer comes out just to ring a bell and then do just fucking full-on death match. I love it.
And then Steve Wilco comes out.
He just screams at a woman for no reason.
Just for bounce, yeah. And followed by Hornswoggle, of course. So then we get another we get another floating graphic across our screen. This time for a title match. It's Rey Mysterio, who looks absolutely fantastic here in 1997. No disrespect to him now, of course. But he's going against Prince Iaukea. Or Iaukea. There you go.
Not to be confused with the global furniture store located in Coventry and Birmingham.
Or the car manufacturer Kia.
Yeah.
You get a 7-year...
You Mercedes, I Kia.
The Mercedes. And this one's for the television championship. And Scott Dickinson is our referee, and he's in for a busy night, the poor bloke. So the commentators tell us Mike Tenay's still out here for this one. I'm guessing it because it involves cruiserweights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Also, I think to cover up Dusty pissing off the other announcers.
Wait a minute. Insane Dusty commentary.
Did anyone notice this through the night? Like, you could hear, probably not so much with Giovanni, but with Brain, he was verbally getting more and more annoyed, and you could hear it in his voice.
I just think Brain was pissed off anyway because he had to call a Hogan match.
Yeah.
No, but it seemed like Dusty was just
He was the saltiest motherfucker I've ever heard in my life.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Dead bad, would he?
Especially with Hogan.
Oh.
He could not stand the cunt, could he? He just couldn't stand anything about him.
And it was more and more evident on this card. You know, now that you're listening for it and you want to hear it, he gets more and more brutal each show that we watch.
What I think is quite cool, though, is did anyone else notice this, though, that the guys he used to manage back in WWF, face or heel, he will talk very highly of.
Yeah.
And the people he actually was feuding back in the Fed, he will go to town on.
Yeah. He keeps kayfabe alive, doesn't he, brother?
Yeah, which I can appreciate that. And then I knew he was never a big fan of Hogan anyway, so
no.
Fuck him.
Back to Prince Ikea and Rey Mysterio Jr. at this point. Tenay tells us that Regal's lost the belt to Ikea on Nitro. I'm sorry for butchering your name, buddy. And he was blaming Mysterio, apparently. It was all a bit confusing to me, to be completely honest. The match starts very technical, and I think the one point that he's driven home is the time limit. Tony talks about the TV title normally having a 10 to 15 minute time limit. They couldn't make their mind up which one it was, so which one was it, Don? I'll ask you.
It's his 97 WCW. It doesn't fucking matter.
All right, so
it's one of them, though, which they've just come off a run where Regal had the title and he purposely run out the clock.
Okay, yeah.
So it was his gimmick going forward that he wouldn't lose the belt because he was purposely wrestling till I think it's 15 minutes for a TV title. He'd wrestle 15 minutes, and as the face would nearly beat him, the belt would go, and he'd retain.
Legend.
Which love that gimmick.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio was out for the match where Ikea won it. I'm calling him Ikea now because you fucked my dialect up. But yeah, so Regal, as a classic heel, decided to blame someone. What's down there, Rob? What have you found down there? Have you found the actual pronunciation of Ikea?
Oh, you did.
It's just back here. I'll go get it.
What a mouthful it'd have been like after he become like the artist formerly known of. Oh my god!
Imagine that. Wait, we're waiting for that.
Yeah,
that's going to be a fun fucking day when we play that game.
I know.
Oh Christ! What have we signed up for?
You tell me. There is a couple of good spots in the match. Big senton to the outside was deadly. Can't remember who did it. I just wrote it. Someone did a big senton to the outside that was deadly.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. The match does start to pick up pace eventually, as they do start off quite slowly. They're trying to beat each other with all sorts of stuff, and then there's a big high top rope crossbody to the outside. The match then slows down absolutely massively, and I don't get it because we only get 8 minutes and 56 seconds. So I don't know if they were blowing out their arse, if Ikea couldn't keep up with Rey Mysterio. I just couldn't get why it slowed down so much. The crowd didn't give a shit during that.
No. And can you blame them?
No, I can't, but Rey Mysterio hits an absolute fucking fantastic spinning heel kick. Tony and Mike seem to be enjoying it on commentary.
Yeah.
Like you say, Dusty's too busy winding them up, and Bobby the Brainhead's too busy thinking about how much Hulk Hogan's a cunt. Then we get a big Samoan drop off the top rope, which was pretty nice, to be honest with you. And then Regal, who I can only describe, looks like Riff Raff out of the Rocky Horror Show as he comes out on the entrance. And I don't know what's going on, but we get another distracted ref finish. It's a bump on the apron. That's literally all it is and all it takes. But it is, of course, the hardest part of the ring, so we won't discredit it as much. But Regal cost Mysterio the title. Iokea retains. I'm going to call him all sorts. It's fantastic. After 8 minutes and 56 seconds, not a lot to talk about. Give us your thoughts and your summaries.
I just felt the match never truly got started.
Okay.
It felt like it was very up and down, but there was no constant building. It was like, oh, no. No. I mean, Rey Mysterio's proven the test of time massively. Prince Albie, not his best work, granted, but we'll see better from Lord B&M. We'll see better work from Lord B&M.
To be fair, Prince Iokea did evolved, didn't he? Like when he a Pokemon into Prince Albert, back in further on down.
No, he did not. No, he did not evolve into Prince Albert.
He did, or was it Prince Albert the end evolution, or no?
No, Prince Albert was Giant Bernard, dude. They're two completely different people.
No, Prince Iokea evolved into Prince Albert.
No, he evolved into the artist formerly known as Prince Iokea.
No, that's when he de-evolved. He went down. He went back.
Welcome to our TED Talk on the Digimon theory of wrestlers. And
as you can tell, I am completely and utterly fucking lost.
Welcome to Booking WCW. Okay, I might be completely wrong on that, but
it was also a joke done. I was on about Prince Albert at the WWF test.
I even said that. Fucking bullshit.
All right.
Get me salted.
Iron Sheik. Sorry, that last watch along episode got me going.
That is class. That is the most classist. Love it.
Oh,
what was you saying?
He's dead.
No. This match just never got going for me.
What's your stars?
1.5, and I'm being very generous.
Tell you what, we're on point today because that is the second time we have matched in our star ratings. Mark, what are you saying?
Jesus.
I think of the match in general. I think you've got to think about it, to be fair. This is the third match on the card. You got 2 cruiserweights in the start. You got 6 cruiserweight lucha libras in the second match, and then you got 2 cruiserweights again in the third.
It's like the main event of the cruiserweights right now, isn't it? In this mini segment, so you got to think we've got 2 coming up later, but exactly. Right now,
you got to think that's the 3 matches that they've put on in front of the audience. So can you blame the crowd for being a bit down and a bit deflated because they've just had everything you can possibly see basically for this type of a match? They're not bruising, are they? They're not.
Nothing to break it up, is there?
Yeah, you haven't got a Kevin Nash over the size giant. Somebody took Undertaker had the same impact in WF, the same sort of aura about them. Whoa, it was all fast paced, technical. So I think but my star rating was 1.5 as well, which I'm glad you're getting back on the same
lads.
track as me.
So. What is this shit?
That's got to be the first time that's ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a landmark moment?
3 of us. That is a landmark moment. All 3 of us rating the match 1.5 stars. Dave did not agree. Dave went higher again, and he went 3.25 stars.
He was on his 3rd joint by this time, wasn't he?
Well, mate, if not more, the crazy bastard. But don't you worry, because me and Jane's back to promote the hotline. And not before stumbling around the giant's weight, he's like, how much does this guy weigh? he hadn't got a clue, had he?
I know, I've got it written down he made his weight up. He must have waited for fucking Paul to have finished his Subway sandwich and he put on the extra pound. Off
he obviously had a foot on, right?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Steak and cheese or well. What did he have?
Italian BMTs.
Oh, okay.
Italian BMT.
Right.
On herbs and cheese with extra cheese and explosives.
Look at it. Yes. Here we go. Now, I'm hungry. 2 secs. Just getting on Uber Eats. Get 10% off with the code HOTSAG10. It's a bit of a mess, but our Paul White does a decent job of cutting a promo. He's composed after all, isn't he? As he tells us several times.
It was like he got out there, he got told, right, okay, get over the idea that you're not worried.
Yeah, you're composed, you are.
You're not crazy. Composed. You're not eccentric. You're Captain Insane. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. But shout
out to Adam Sandler for 25 years of Happy Gilmore. I absolutely love that film. I love Adam Sandler in general, but Happy Gilmore is a special one for me.
I'm going to say, Shooter McGavin for the win.
Yeah. It's a good little catch-up they did as well.
Oh, yeah, it was
that
great.
was cool, actually. That was cool.
I had an erection the whole time watching it. Not even going to lie.
I'm going to say I potted something else in the hole that
day. Get 10% off Mortal Kombat as well at game.co.uk.
Oh, this is going to be don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on Mortal Kombat, because this will become a completely different show otherwise.
And on to Buff Bagwell getting the NWO job of music. The brain states at this point, I would like the NWO if Hogan was not involved. I don't like Hogan. All of the heat.
Okay, brain.
Thanks for letting us know. It is match 4. It is the one that was made up on the spot by Mean Gene Okerlund earlier in the card. Scott Dickinson is back for double duty. It's Buff Bagwell versus Diamond Dallas Page. Let's talk ring jackets.
Mark, this is you, mate. This is all you. What do you think of the entrance gears?
I love it. I think it was better than the last one.
What do you think of DDP and his multiple gimmicks in his entrance, like the cigar?
Yeah, I think
sunglasses.
I think I'm all for it. I think I enjoy the cigar, and the.
That's coming.
We'll talk about the guitar. Yeah,
that's coming.
The cigar and the glasses. It's cool. And you know what? He's got a decent ring jacket himself. You know what I mean? It's it's cool. It's pre Austin. I don't know who else would wear like a jacket like that, like a leather. Cut-off jacket. Who else would wear one around this era?
Cut-off leathers.
I don't know who else would wear that. Like sleeveless leather jacket, PVC looking. Or I don't know anybody else who would pull it off. To be fair, but you know, it's. Nah. I love DDP's gear. To be fair,
I think no one in this promotion could probably pull it off. But if we're talking about the other promotion, one man comes to mind. To be honest with you,
911 from ECW, absolutely.
No, I was more thinking, the first ever African American Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
When he joined the Nation of Domination, I think that would have suited him then. Ahmed Johnson. Spoiler alert, by the way, if you've not watched any 1997 wrestling before.
Yeah, I'm missing nothing, so don't worry about it. Fuck you know.
WrestleMania 13 next. I'm excited for one match and one match only.
You're not missing anything, or you unaware of the fact of he once went to Kuwait and he did quite well in the tournament.
The man.
But people get salty about that when we mention it.
Good old Tony Norris. So yeah, that's ring jackets done.
I nearly said fuck Kuwait then. That's how bad Magic got me. Okay.
I like the idea Mark gets so angry he doesn't play the person's like fucking country on the name.
Yeah, it's the country's fault, not Vince McMahon. He didn't book it.
It's got to
be. So I do think it's a little bit too much. The cigar. I never really remembered the cigar. So when I'm seeing him with it, on the last pay-per-view and this pay-per-view, I'm thinking it's probably a bit outdated for you now, mate. 12 months ago, maybe even 24 months ago. Yeah, I can buy it. But now I'm thinking you don't need it anymore. It's more heelish to me.
Yeah, I was just going to say. I was going to say before my camera decided to cover it on Vaseline. But yeah.
Sure, that was the camera, brother.
Oh, if that had worked, then that'd have been amazing. No, it is a very heelish thing though, but I think certain gimmicks in your entrance can work both ways.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think a cigar is that thing.
No.
But I did appreciate the fact is after he entered the ring, he just put it on the turnbuckle, like, I'm finishing you later.
And that was it. Yeah, he did that last month as well. And I was like, all right, fair play, I get it. So that was his gimmick. And then he's very, very Jake Roberts in the corner. Very Jake Roberts. But he's almost, again, cocky heelish with it. Buff Bagwell's in the middle of the ring. That for me is the babyface's position.
Yeah, the one showed dominance. Like, I'm not afraid.
I'm ready to go. I'm in the middle of the ring. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But instead, he was too laid back. He was too cocky. He was too arrogant. And I know that's maybe because, Buff's seen as this young, upcoming, jobber of the NWO, so to speak. But they were pushing Buff, really, weren't they? I mean, he dispatched Scotty Riggs in the last event with his
brand new
blockbuster. His brand new finish, yeah. Why is DDP's back dead red in this as well? Like, his lower back is fucked. Like, what happened?
DDP just does not have... Like, I think over the next 18 months, he will not wrestle again without some sort of tape or some gimmick around his waist.
Okay. So something was going on.
I think, yeah, bear in mind, he started wrestling when he was 35.
Yeah.
35 years of life kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah. Unlucky, Mark.
What?
Unlucky.
Oh.
But come down to the ring with Golden Book, he was world champion, it's over.
Yeah.
Mate, if David Hackett can do it, then I can do it.
Exactly.
It's still out for me.
And he's still fucking going. And he's still fucking going.
It's still out for me, yeah.
But nah, it's weird though. It's like, I mean, we all love Buff Bagwell. He's got a beautiful jacket, needs more top hat.
Buff Bagwell's got the look though, hasn't he? Like, he's like, I don't know how it didn't work. Like, obviously, like skipping forward, like
Judy.
Yeah.
Was that his fault that he came out of that vagina though?
No, but he didn't have to get her involved in the wrestling business, or she didn't have to interject herself into the wrestling business.
I just think he's like he like I said, he was getting a bit of a push here. Do you think he's making the most of his push in like the sold out pay-per-view in this pay-per-view match? He's with good competitors, really. Scotty Riggs ain't no like jobber.
No.
He was good.
DDP,
Scotty Riggs, I was impressed with. If I looked back and watched that pay-per-view and actually sat back and watched it as someone like Eric Bischoff, for example, I would have gone, Scotty Riggs was a standout performer that night. Yeah. There's something there. We can push something there. But they obviously never did.
That match. Bit of a sleeper hit, actually, that match. Yeah. But, no, it is right what you're saying, though, Mark, that, on paper, he had everything. On paper, but things don't work out that way, and eventually in your later life, you become a gigolo. So, that's the way.
Just crazy how, like, he works out like that, like he's,
But that's what, I mean, what else can you say about that?
He must have loved Bruce, not Bruce. What am I on about, Bruce? He must have loved Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah,
what, before it came out?
King Bruce Bigelow.
That was actually his working name.
Yeah,
that was his work.
Clearly, 100%.
Brother love.
Yeah, class, even better.
I've had this really dark image of like Dom Pritchard with his face all red, like, I love you, and that's $200 an hour.
Also, The Undertaker. I don't know. This match was a bit hit and miss for me throughout. There wasn't much to it. There was a ref spot that really, really popped the crowd, and all it was obviously the ref pushing back on Buff. It was almost like an Earl Hebner Triple H spot is the best way I can describe it to people that would have seen something similar to it. DDP got the crowd proper hyped for the Diamond Cutter, and then he did a powerbomb. Why?
Yeah. DDP for you.
Yeah, same. But he didn't even go for a fucking cutter. He just literally picked him up and powerbombed him like he was Kevin Nash.
I mean, my only thought is that the crowd were quite quiet in this match. They really weren't going for it unless they were being directly goaded. Like, Buff, very good with the crowd, really good at pulling heat, but they just never seemed to wake up.
They never brought it, did they? Yeah. But
the second, like you said, though, the second he called for the diamond cutter, that crowd fucking came alive.
All you've done now there is you've called for your finish and then you haven't done it. So the audience just can look at you thinking, "Oh, fuck you!" Then it didn't. I know it didn't happen. Like, but in the future, but like at this point, if you're watching this for the first time, you're thinking, "Well, you've done that." So you're not going to be on the fan side. You're going to piss them off more than anything if you're calling for your finish and then not do it when you had more than a really good opportunity to do it. Perhaps he didn't want to do it and shit on his finish because it wasn't the actual finish.
He hadn't built his bar up.
Don't fucking call for it then.
Don't call for it, yeah.
He hadn't filled up his special bar.
Yeah, there you go. You can't press L2 and R2, can you?
There you go. He's not ready to hit that trigger combo. Yeah. Randomly, Buff demanded a 10 count, like DDP was knocked out and the ref started counting to 10. The ref just went with it. He didn't question it. He didn't go, "Nah, this ain't a last man standing match, buddy. You got to pin him or make him submit. No, I'll just count 1, 2. And then, out of nowhere, there is fucking outside interference. The ref calls for the bell. DDP officially wins by disqualification, according to the internet and David Pencer. It only takes 9 minutes 46 seconds. It could have been a lot better. It wasn't. 2 stars for me.
Is quite scary. I actually put it at 2 stars myself.
Fuck yeah, now.
I actually enjoyed the match. That they need to fucking sort these finishes out, though.
Just to clarify for everybody, we have not met up and talked about this pay-per-view before we've sat down listening to it. That's all of us, because literally the last match we all said the same rating.
Yeah.
So I'm just making that clear. We have not fucking talked about our star ratings.
So, but
go on, Mark, break it up.
Well, you're never going to believe it.
Oh, go on. You end on
this match, it just ended exactly the same as it did in Sold Out and like fucking NWR coming out and blah, 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 blah. So
it annoyed you for that reason?
Yeah, it annoyed me for that reason. But like you boys put 2 stars and I didn't. I put 1.5.
Okay.
Fair dues. I suppose you didn't put 1.75 again, you prick.
I did put a scribble down.
You scribbled it out. Class. Love it. Okay. Well, we're over to Keith Phillips, who's in pencil. We're over to good old Keith Phillips, who has won a PlayStation. He's in the front row. It's dead awkward. He's won a PlayStation. Fair play to the fat cunt. On to another title card, and this time it is a championship match. Is the United States Championship. It's match 5 of 10. We're halfway there, lads. Woohoo! Mickey J's the ref. It is challenger Chris Jericho versus champion Eddie Guerrero. Wow, just wow, saying those 2 names out loud in a match for the United States Championship, regardless of what fucking decade we're in. It's Chris Jericho. It's Eddie Guerrero. This is fucking awesome. I'll let you take over. I need to stop.
I'm gonna read something from my notes directly. I actually take notes for this. I don't just fucking Wikipedia and go for it.
I'm just glad that you fucking caught up and started to do some work.
I can't be the pretty one in all this. We've got to work eventually. I've got written here that the match... the match...
I realise how this tag team works, but...
That's how Shawn Michaels sold it to Martin Jannetty.
Oh, fucking hell.
We're going to fly on the wall in that
conversation. Hey, Marty, you end all the careers, and I'll just stand here and I'll say, I didn't do it.
What, then Snitsy walks in and goes, excuse me, lads, gimmick infringement. I've got it written here that the match felt different in work rate. It felt like a lot better than anything we'd seen already in the match, like in the card. And it was so amazing to watch these toys fairly early in their careers. And especially for the North American people to see these two guys, not even in the prime, to put on a match of this quality. It was amazing. Loved it. Honestly loved the match.
Really glad that you give us a direct quote from your notes. Mart, have you got a direct quote from your notes?
No, not to be fair. No. In terms of Eddie and Jericho, they're definitely in my top 5 of all time.
Ever.
Class. Ever. Yeah. So this is a match in the prime, dead good. Titles on the line. It's my best match of the night. It's my favourite match of the night. By a long shot. It's just got everything. Yeah. It's just got everything. Jericho, nowadays everybody's like, oh, AEW Jericho or WWF like Jericho. For the millennials, they probably they wasn't born at this time. Do you know what I mean?
Dickheads.
Do you know what I mean? They've only got YouTube and the network, but
figure life out.
You know what I mean? Growing up and watching it in this era makes it so much better because you can actually see the evolution and not just watch somebody's review of the evolution of Chris Jericho. Do you know what I mean? Where you ain't got the full picture. Do you know what I mean? But no, it was absolutely brilliant match.
Maybe that's a new series that we do.
Yeah.
The evolutions.
The evolution of
the evolution
is a mystery.
Oh.
Don, you were supposed to sing lyrics too. So Tony starts putting over where the big boys play and where the best young talent in the world is. He ain't wrong, but he is about the company, isn't he?
Yeah. You can tell a couple of years later we'd be working at the coffee business. But
serving pina coladas.
Yeah, getting caught in the rain, you know, all the gimmicks. But no,
nice. Noise.
But no, he's right about they potentially have the best talent in the world in one place right there. They just could not fucking book them to give a shit.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest injustice in WCW, in my opinion.
There was a really annoying spot at one point where Jericho does put in the Boston Crab. So obviously we all know the Walls of Jericho is a little bit different because it involves putting the knee in. But I didn't get why he didn't go for that for one. And he was just happy to use it as a rest hold because that's how he used it. But what I noticed in the crowd at this point while the Boston Crab was on, there was 2 blokes at the back of the front area. So the ground level at the back, 2 blokes, they stand up, they're getting hyped. The hard cams on them, they're getting hyped. They're happy that the Walls of Jericho, as wrestling fans, is in. It's been in. Literally, the bloke behind them, who's on the tiered bit, comes down to him, taps him on the shoulder. He's like, sit the fuck down, lads, I can't see. They sit down and start looking at each other going, can you believe that dickhead's just told me to sit down? And he's going, yeah, I know, fucking hell, we're at a wrestling show enjoying ourselves. Like, this prick's fucking shouting at us. And for the rest of the night, I shit you not, I watched how this developed. And I watched the bloke in the background getting more and more angry as the night went on. And these 2 blokes, especially when it was Hogan Piper, because I knew it was the last match, they didn't give one fuck. They were up they were giving it all the shit, man. Because they'd realised, right, we've had a load of beer at this point. He ain't telling us to fucking sit down anymore. Because I'll chill him, man. His mum that's fucking 2 seats down from him. that's just how it was.
Oh. I'm going to have to rewatch this show just for that sort of sub-story of this work. Maybe it was a work that became, it was a shoot that became a work in the company and we'll see him again.
You know,
like a little Easter egg, in the background.
Yeah,
it is. That's what it is. The thing is, right, we've got to look at the crowd reaction because that helps us feel it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we become more invested as much as the crowd's invested. Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania 18. You sit and watch that match, right? Move by move.
Blur out all the crowd, it don't.
Exactly, there you go. Move by move, it's shit. It's not great, but it's the way the crowd react. We're talking a lock-up and a throwdown, and the crowd are fucking livid. Like it's a 5-star move. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. All they've done is lock up and throw one down, and it's like, wow, this shit's amazing. And you know that's the type of stuff that we look for here.
Yeah, it is weird when you put it like that. Though, that you take the crowd out of it, the reactions, and it becomes a completely different match.
Well, look at the Royal Rumble this year. You know, you had a couple of surprises. I think the main one, if I'm honest, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, is Carlito for me in the men's Rumble. You know, that was the big surprise comeback, if you like. Obviously, Seth Rollins turned back up. You had the Hurricane, you had Kane. You know, there was a few gimmicks in there. But Carlito coming back, which we've been waiting for a couple of years for, really, in terms of Royal Rumbles, to have no crowd in the arena when that happened was a bit disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. Like, you got to feel bad. I mean, in fairness, he looked fucking amazing as well.
He'd been talking to his mate, the Juice, hadn't he?
When did Carlito eat Carlito?
Apples for you, brother.
What's that you drinking there?
Well, I'm just happy that, like, Edge at his return, like the last time there was fans at the Rumble, because that would have been. And like, I know he didn't get his thing at WrestleMania, so they had to change it up. But, like, I'm glad he got that return because I'll probably forever watch that because Edge is like in my top 3. I'll forever watch that and be like, wow.
We've already got 3 or 5 in the last 5 minutes in this conversation, and I love it. And
I wonder if we're going to get the other 2 before the end of the
yeah, I do too. I'm listening out for it now.
Sub-story.
This is the sub-story of WCW Superbrawl VII, motherfucker. So yeah,
by nobody.
I was really into this one, as you two were by the sound of it. We have said it was the best match of the night. I definitely agree with that statement. I think it's the start of heelish Jericho as frustration builds with some high-risk moves on display as well throughout the match. The crowd don't seem massively into it, but not for the lack of trying, because the effort that is happening in the ring is amazing. Yeah. I do feel that the WCW crowd react to star power more than they do what's going on in the ring, even though the in-ring action is obviously great at times. The finish is dead simple. It is a sunset flip finish. For some reason, I've not written down who won, but it was definitely Eddie Guerrero, right?
Guerrero.
Yeah, there you go. I do remember these things.
I think he pulled him up into a powerbomb, and then he was
turned it into a.
Yeah, it wasn't your standard. Sorry, guys, it wasn't your standard sunset flip off the ropes. Yeah, you know that finish that you do when you're green as fuck, and this is your first match going. Hi there at Bescott Stadium. How are you? Or to be more specific, the Saddlers Club at the Bescott Stadium. Dangerous Dave Pearson. Shout out to that guy. So yeah, 12 minutes, 5 seconds. One DDP to another. I give this 3 stars, lads. Is that too low for you? Yeah, I thought so. Well, why don't you take over and tell me what you think?
Match of the night. Easily match of the night. I would even go as far to say, and it's very early in the watch-alongs we've been doing, like the reviews of this year, this might be match of the year already, if you ask me.
You've got Austin versus Brett. This is only going on.
Like I said, so far.
Okay, all right.
I have said
so
far.
Fair point, yeah.
So don't shit your pants in excitement just yet. But no, this is a great match. The fans can suck a dick. The fans can suck a dick.
Just one or?
All of them. Them 2 guys can fucking beat them all off for all I give a shit.
Mate, I'd love them 2 guys. I would have loved them just to go around and kick the fuck out of everybody. I would.
Them two versus Kevin Phillips in the fucking parking lot. That's the main event.
That is the main event.
That's
it's one like a purge rampage. Like you see the siren at the end of the show.
I like the idea that they smashed 2 bottles of beer together, not because they want to do an Austin, because they want the glass in the hand, so they'll bitch slapping people with broken shards.
Imagine if they smashed the balls together, but they smashed each other's faces in.
I love that you purged me.
Like celebrity deathmatch or something.
Nice.
What was the name of the ref? Mills Lane or something? Is it Mills
Something
Lane?
like that, yeah.
Yeah, Mills Lane comes out. Hey, Dad! I love that Mills Lane who's had a breakdown.
He's great. Who's going first?
Me, yeah, sorry. 3.5.
Okay.
Also, what I loved about the match, no screwy finish. No botch finish. No
first clean finish of the night.
Yeah. Only 5 matches in.
Halfway there. Some would say.
I get it 3 stars as well.
Okay. So
I agree with all the above.
When I said that that's too low for you, when you nodded your head in agreement that was too low, and then you went and rated it 3 stars anyway, what's your fucking problem, bro? So match 6.
Just poke face, you know what I mean?
You did poke face, mate. You did Lady Gaga, mate, extremely hard. And she does it harder, to be fair.
I'd always make you remember that way. Definitely.
Good.
This feels oddly sexual and I'm uncomfortable now.
You're not uncomfortable. Mickey J was the ref in that one. He didn't fuck up.
You're on the edge of glory, mate.
We're heading for a bad romance here, aren't we, lads?
Oh.
Sorry, lads,
like Lady Gaga,
just got a telephone call.
Is that you, Beyonce?
No.
Get 10%
off
Lady Gaga with the code hot cuts. Get 10% off Lady Gaga with the code hot tag 10.
She's available.
I'm going to have a look again.
So, match 6 of 10. We have
what did Meltzer say?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, lads. 3.25 stars. I didn't think anyone cared.
Oh, I cared.
3.25. She was in the middle, really. Match 6. We're on to a triangle tag team match that I got the feeling should have been a fatal 4-way tag team match for the number 1 contenders. Yeah. But the Steiner brothers were out of commission for this one. Scott Dickinson's ready for double duty again. Yeah.
Out of the country.
Steiner was sorting out his mustache in Japan. Yeah, thought so.
They're in Japan.
So we get the Faces of Fear, which can. Oh, go on. Sorry, Don. You must have a point there about Japan.
No, continue. No.
Oh, okay.
That was Japan. It. They were double booked and they were in Japan.
They were double booked, and we're talking one of the biggest companies in the world at the time, World Championship Wrestling, and they were double booked. This isn't a Friday night in Birmingham where you go in from Chelmsley Wood to fucking Warsaw. And you're wrestling the first match on one card and the fucking start the second half in another. This is World Championship Wrestling. What do you mean you were double booked, you fucking pair of knobheads?
You are talking about Scott Steiner, who has the ability of Scott Steiner math.
Yeah, he must have done the math, and New Japan were paying him more. It's as simple as
that.
They
were, actually.
Yeah,
Rick Steiner still had his ear guards on, so he couldn't hear fuck all. He didn't even know what was going on.
What? What?
He's going, are you free? Are you free for this event? And Scott Steiner's like, Rick Steiner's like, yeah, I think so. Woof, woof.
Whatever he says.
Woof.
You know what that's like? And this is not a shoot. This is not a rib, by the way. This is very similar to the way that Lee and Jim Hunter get booked. And Lee won't mind me saying this, by the way. But Lee basically relies on Jim. So every week, when we were in the normal world and there was bookings every weekend, Lee would basically have to check with Jim where they were Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Class.
Yeah, he's fucking brilliant. But yeah, he literally reminded me of that then. So we do have the Faces of Fear. We have Meng and the Barbarian, which fair play. These pair here, the Barbarian's really impressive in this one for me, and only for one move, obviously. But it was one move. So
also lovely entrance jackets as well.
Oh, good entrance jackets, yeah.
They were tag team entrance jackets as well.
Yeah,
matching. Oh.
5 stars. Then we get the fucking rotten Public Enemy, Johnny Grunge and Rocco Rock. Fuck me, how and why, but we'll get to that. They take on Harlem Heat to make the triangle. That consists of the 5-time WCW heavyweight champion, Booker T.
Not at this point, though.
Oh no! This is he hasn't evolved yet. He's just tag team specialist at this
Russo
point.
ain't took over yet.
I'm gonna say I think the only evolution he's had, he's lost the name Cole because they were Kane and Cole originally. They came in, so they went by Booker T and Stevie Ray.
Like in '95.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's the only thing they've lost. So
yeah, Booker T and Stevie Ray. They are. With the one, the only Sensational Sherry.
Sister Sherry.
Actually, no, wasn't it Sensual Sherry at this point?
Sister Sherry only.
It wasn't sensational because...
Put your answers on a fucking postcard. Who gives a fuck? That's what she's known as. Rip. So Rocco Rock, he starts off, he tries to work the crowd, and then he just gets absolutely fucking dominated, as does his partner when he comes in. And I do have to ask this question, regardless of the finish at this point, why are they even fucking there?
Fuck you, Paul Heyman is a popular quote by Eric Bischoff at this time, and they were one of the biggest acts in ECW at one point. Bischoff went, do you want to come here and actually get paid?
Wow.
And in fairness, Rocco Rock did not use that money on razors for his head because fuck me, Sweeney Todd would have been proud of the hack job that went on the back of that head. What was with the close-up? What was with the close-up? I didn't need to see that. It looked like a fucking rash. It looked like he had herpes of the head.
Yeah, why did he shave his head, mate?
I don't know, reasons.
Okay.
I use fucking biography.
Literally, there's hardly anything in this one that I want to fucking spend time talking about, so I will crack on.
Booker T's amazing.
Yeah, Booker T, class. Spinneroonie after missing the elbow drop, followed by a high scissors kick. The Barbarian even popped to that. The Barbarian on the apron starts clapping. He's dead happy with it, isn't he? Yeah. Barbarian's like, you fucking class, you am. All right, sound. And then the Barbarian goes and tops it with a belly-to-belly from the top rope, and I just could not believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe it. Like, this man did absolutely nothing in the WWF. Nothing. Fucking, he would stand there, he would do a stiff clothesline, he would do this, he would do that, but it would be all basic shit, and then he gets a bit of creative fucking juices flowing, and he does a belly to belly from the top rope. What a legend. Fucking Hall of Fame, I would say. Hall of Fame. He already is, I think.
I've got a theory why he did it.
Can't be confirmed. Go on.
Because he had arguably the most dangerous wrestler in real life in his corner.
Yes.
If you don't do this, I will rip your fucking eyeballs out your head and fuck you.
Literally, you've got to do this. End of story.
Yeah.
I wonder what the backstage politics was like at this point in WCW.
Very interesting. Like the locker room. If they tried to tell Meng something, he'd rip a throat out.
Yeah.
I think from what I'm seeing, from the last two pay-per-views is the big boys, Hogan, Nash and Hall, did not really give a shit if it didn't affect them.
Yeah.
At this time.
I think it is as well if anyone was getting over on their own accord. Let's
shut that down.
Yeah. They'd purposely put him into the story just to fuck him off. And unfortunately, you'll see it's quite a lot in the next 18 months.
I'm not happy with that.
Unfortunately, we'll see that. And it sucks.
But hey, ho. Miz and Morrison, we'll get through it, won't we? And out of nothing, Public Enemy win. Fuck off. I'm not interested. Get out of here. 7 minutes, 43 seconds. Come and die. believe it or not, though, I do give it one.
I've dived inside.
I do give it 1 star. I do manage one. I do manage one.
Okay, that's fair. I'm surprised. Was the 1 star because of the belly, the super belly to belly?
The 2 spots that I've mentioned involving Booker T and the Barbarian, half a star each spot.
Yeah.
I might add half a star for Sherry.
Fair. I went 1.5. I like the idea of the finish that Barbarian just went, now, fuck you, Rocco Rock. I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah.
And I got excited about that.
Yeah.
I was like...
And then his mate helped him out.
Yeah. But I went 1.5. The spots that were mentioned, and I'm never going to talk shit about Tonga Loa or Meng and his family, because they will hunt me and kill me.
Absolutely.
True story.
Definitely. I'm going to go 1.5 until Meng, though it was 7 stars. Meng got his only 7 stars.
I think it was good for what it was, I suppose. Stand out Booker T, ain't he? To be fair, I've given this 1 star as well. Half a star for each of Booker T's legs because I'm dead long.
That's a dead good way of putting it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Our next title card is a grudge match. And it is, of course, Don is already hiding because poor Double J Jeff Jarrett in match 7 here. He is against Mongo. That's Steve Mongo McMichael with Deborah. Scott Dickinson's on the double duty gimmicks. Back-to-back matches for him. And yeah, we get a Mongo match, lads. So how excited were you for this one?
I actually stopped watching this the first time I started watching it. The second I heard his name, and I didn't watch it for 2 days.
Oh wow!
I had to mentally
compose yourself, prepare, yeah. Fuck.
Wow.
And bearing in mind,
put yourself through that rigorous training that you had to go away.
I had to lock myself up in a cupboard for 2 days. Yeah. Not 7 days now, because I don't have the means to do it. But 2 days in the cupboard, I felt.
To be fair, yeah, you could probably get to the moon with less training than what you had to do to watch a Mongo match. Yeah.
In fairness as well, I've said it before, I love Jeff Jarrett. I think he's such an underrated worker.
Mm-hmm.
So to saddle him with this fucking turd is fucking unbelievable. I felt so bad for him. Fucking hell. And also the fucking charisma of Mongo and Deborah together. I've seen
rotten fruit last.
I've seen rotten fruit that literally has more charisma than.
Wow.
Like, I've seen a rotten mango have more charisma than Mongo, and the mango didn't have a fucking small chihuahua named Pepe.
You know a lot about him, don't you?
You know what? Love and hate are a very fine line between each other.
Pepe's chicken is amazing, and you can get 10% off with the code HOTTAG10. Maybe.
We actually try and get that as a real sponsor, because I actually would.
Mate, I'd be down for that. I'd fucking sit here eating it every week. Fucking sound.
I wouldn't talk. It'd just be subtitles with me, like some tomorrow.
What you gonna do?
Is he coming out again?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe. Who knows? Hold it back. So Mongo hits a power slam and then goes, "Ooh, that had to hurt." You're not on commentary, Mongo. You're in the ring.
Putting himself over, ain't it? That's why.
Yeah, he's about the only person doing it.
Deborah stops Steve. Tony says for Jeff to take advantage, as she tells the camera, they have to stay in the ring.
That's class.
You're a manager, not a referee.
I can't wait to sit through a David Arquette match.
I would say this now. David Arquette is a better wrestler in 2000 than Mongo ever was.
Yeah.
Good. I've watched Ready to Rumble and I thought he was dead good.
Yeah. I mean, he's no Jimmy the King, but...
well, neither's he in fucking Lake Placid, is he? So briefcase finish. It is Deb who absolutely cost Mongo the finish here for Double J to pick up the victory. 8 minutes, 12 seconds, longer than it should be. It took all my might not to give this one 0 stars. I had to give it something, mainly for Double J, but Deb also gets a little bit of it too, because she would, right? So 0.5 stars.
The thing was to me as well with this match, like there was actually a stipulation in the match. When
they made it up. They made it up, didn't they? They made it up as they went along.
Yeah,
Tony Schiavone went. So, well, one of them might be in the horse. Yeah, go on. You better explain it because I'll just fuck it up because I'm not interested.
I know you'll just fucking go to Barry.
Or you explain the storyline. I'm just going to go to the toilet.
Okay. So basically, what happened, Jared? He did this when we did that mini review, which may or may never come out. Basically, he was potentially becoming a new member of the Horsemen. We had to beat Mongo. I don't get that. Like, think of the 4 Horsemen, Mark.
Yeah.
Of the great men who have been in the business and have joined the 4 Horsemen. I understand that Steve McMichael was famous for American football, and was actually apparently quite a good player. But
that's where it should have ended.
Yeah. The crowd loved him, and it makes you just. I
think his mentality changed because he thought he was on a different planet. I thought he must have thought that he was way better than what he was.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's the scary thing is though you could see the fucking ego coming out, and it was like, this isn't a character. This is you.
But you know what? He was part of like one of the most legendary stables ever.
Yeah.
This had fucking Ric Flair and Arn Anderson in, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Tully Blanchard, let's not forget Tully Blanchard.
The original 4.
JJ Dillon.
Yeah.
Paul Roman. Sorry. Paul Roman gets shit, man, but
was it Barry Windham, wasn't he?
Barry Windham, yeah. Barry Windham at one point. Jeff Jarrett, as of this match, which, you know, I'm never talking about Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko. I mean, that's a pretty good list of wrestlers. And Steve McMichael. Steve McMichael stops them from being the greatest faction in the history of wrestling, in my personal opinion. It stops it.
Yeah, I think I've got to agree with that one. I mean, there's always a weak link, isn't there? Well, is there? Like, you think of Evolution. Is there a weak link in Evolution? There probably isn't, come to think of it. That was just a different set of... There was a weak link in DX. I think that was probably the New Age Outlaws or maybe X-Pac, maybe.
That's got to hurt you to say that, don't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Such a big fan of top 10.
Greatest tag team to all them belts ever.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's always got to be a weak link, and Mongo is definitely...
Weak link, he was a weak chain. It was a chain link to itself, and it was weak at every moment.
How do you think he politicked himself into getting that match? Into that group? How do you think he even got to that point?
Hello, I'm Steve McMichael. I once did some running and a man wearing padding.
I have a wife that's willing to suck your willy.
Yeah, so that went a bit off topic.
Speaking of willies,
hey Deborah. Hey Deborah, do you remember that video we watched? That Bukake?
Bukake?
It was during the 49ers and the San Francisco Bees.
What do you think that was? What was in the briefcase? Was what they was going to watch later on that night?
Definitely.
It was like some fucking Japanese hentai.
Yeah, like the Train Spotting where he's got that video of him, but like he went to the rental shop and it was the fucking Scotland football match instead of his porno video.
Obviously, I might have missed this, so I do apologise. But what was your ratings for that one?
I said 1 star, solely because of Jarrett. Also, fuck you for reusing the finish from the first match.
Yeah, pretty much same finish. It
is the same finish.
Yeah, I had 1 star. Shit.
Okay. Yeah.
That was purely for Jarrett and Deborah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the storyline just as much as I did. JD and Honey with a bit of Coke.
Nice.
Yeah.
Monster Energy Ultra. Get 10% off when you steal it from a shop.
You've got to love a Monday night when you're not working on a Tuesday morning.
I don't know what work is recently.
Hashtag furlough life. But
Lexi.
Here we go. It is, of course, another title card. But this time it says death match. Okay. All right then. So it's a San Francisco death match.
Different to the Texas death match and slightly a bit more exaggerated than the Mexican death match.
Yeah. It's going to be a bad one, isn't it? Mark Curtis is the referee for this one. The individuals involved are Kevin Sutherland.
Sullivan.
Sutherland. That's what I was thinking of.
David from the Lost Boys.
Yeah,
Sutherland,
exactly.
the fucking football club. Fucking down in the north.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Have you watched that documentary about Sunderland on Netflix? Dead good. You get 10% off Netflix.
I was going to say, get 10% off Sunderland.
So Kevin Sutherland's turn.
Taskmaster.
Booker man.
I respect you.
With Jacqueline. Look, Jacqueline is just amazing. Even more so at this point. I'm not even going to fucking shit you. She's also with Jimmy Hart. I was like, what's he doing there? And they're against Chris Benoit.
Take the band-aid off, dude.
Chris Benoit and his wife. Not at this point, I don't think. I think she was still Kevin Sullivan's wife at this point. Woman, also Nancy Benoit. God rest
I love
her
this
soul.
booking. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Worked himself into a proper shoot, then he book him on.
He did.
He actually did.
Mm-hmm.
This is the definition of digging yourself a fucking hole.
This is it. Yeah. You've gone. I tell you what, because kayfabe's a real thing, and we need to keep it alive. Back in '97, right? So, what? Yeah. But this is the thing. You don't today though. Rusev and Lana would travel together, for example. Lana wouldn't travel with Dolph Ziggler because they're in a storyline. Whereas back then, it was common to do said thing. So obviously, Kevin Sullivan went, we can't be seen together. You've got to go and stay with Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm looking at this from an outsider and I look at Kevin Sullivan, not Sunderland, and I look at Chris Benoit and then I look at Nancy, I'm thinking, why would you go and do that? Because they're going to fuck. You're putting them in a hotel room. You tell them to book double rooms just in case the hotel staff watch wrestling.
Yeah. Don't get seen in public. So you have to
make sure you're holding hands.
Yeah.
Go and pretend you're a couple in real life. And then when you turn up to a show, obviously she's got to come with me for a little bit. I don't think that's going to happen, Kev. I don't know what you were thinking, you dickhead.
Yeah.
Especially when you think as well, it's all right. She's my wife. She's coming home with me. Mate,
technically, he's to blame, isn't he, really? He's to blame. He's to blame for fucking Nancy's death.
He's the Legion of Doom butterfly theory.
What's a prick? Effect. What a prick.
To be fair, if you put like the butterfly effect into place, Kevin Sullivan is the fucking root of all the problems, ain't he? To be fair,
yeah, he is.
If he hadn't have like fucking been in this frame of mind where it was a cult, this kayfabe cult of fucking making sure people was together, forcing them together, of course there was gonna fucking have it off. Do you know what I mean? Of course there was.
Also, do you need more oil, Kev? Is a question mark.
All you got to do is just look at Kevin Sullivan. Look at Kevin Sullivan and look at Chris Benoit at this point.
It's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nancy's clearly going to fuck Benoit. Clearly.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Then now forever.
I would have.
No, this is the thing, though. It's like...
I think.
It's like you fucking set up Tinder. So I got one lad, one girl. Swipe left or swipe in.
You've basically pimped your wife out to a fucking maniac.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah.
You're a dumb pimp.
At this point, he was a poet, not a maniac. No, sorry, that comes a little bit later, doesn't it? Because we watched Arcade. Yeah, we're a bit out of order. So, yeah, spoiler alert, he becomes a poet. Yeah. Jimmy Hart's lost. Let's get back on track before we go down the rabbit hole even further. We start talking about conspiracy theories that Kevin Southern definitely did it and covered it up and so on and so forth. But, yeah, there's a hanging spot.
Obviously, they weren't to know.
They
were. That is
hindsight is a fucker, ain't it?
It was uncomfortable, though, wasn't he? It was uncomfortable.
It makes you wonder, though, why have the WF network got this still on? Like the dub out music, the dub out angles and camera shots that they don't want you to see, etc.
You can't skip to a Chris Benoit match, can you? You can't go look for a Chris Benoit match. However, they leave the matches as part of the card. Yeah.
I mean, like we've said before, what he did was literally cannot be expressed in any way other than you're a cunt. There's no way to put it. You're a fucking murderer and a cunt. But that being said, as a wrestler, he was a very good wrestler.
I mean,
and
that's if you believe the official story, brother.
But
that's if you believe Meltzer. You know, I'm fucking mad in the Eddies.
Exactly.
Or if you believe Kate and Jerry.
He give this one fucking 3.5 stars. The mad cunts, you know. But the women start beating the men, which I found, pretty funny, but pretty advanced for its times as well. Dusty and Brian are having a whale of a time, aren't they? They're loving this one. They're fucking super hyped over this one. I'm gonna give you some bullet points and we'll discuss it, but the ref just leaves the blokes to it for a start, and he stays with the women. I think he's probably trying to talk them through what to do and fill time. But let's talk about these jump spots that I've got. So talk me through the pile driver to begin with.
Fucking hell. I mean, nice looking pile driver. Like, it looked fucking...
It looks snug, doesn't it? Yeah.
Snug. It's a nice way to put it. But it looked dangerous. It looked like it actually gave the move like legitimacy as this can kill someone.
What did you make of the table?
To be fair, the overall winner in this match was the table.
It was.
Yeah.
100%.
I would agree Mark Curtis, because if he's got two women who are both quite attractive, whipping each other, personally, I think he was the winner.
Mm-hmm.
I would have called that roll over me spot. And the refs are like, roll over me, go on, it'd be funny. Yeah. Fucking when they're really like this. That's what they're doing, is they're rolling over. Just having a go like fucking dirty bastards.
Just trying to get a sniff.
Literally. Like that, literally dirty
fucking
guns.
Tony Montana and pussy over here.
So Jackie obviously jumps on the table.
Yeah.
And then wow.
Yeah. The thing is now, do you watch wrestling and every time you see a table and go, right, it's 50-50? Do you expect us to sort of scream?
Not the one that Tony Storm fucking tried to set up. I was going to say,
didn't she just fucking hit the commentary table and it fell to pieces? Like,
yeah, just moved a piece of paper off the side there and he just fucking fell apart.
The problem was, though, she never spoke to Prince IKEA because he could have set her up with a good table.
Yeah. It wasn't a good installation, was it?
Fucking, it's all about the flat pack. All about the flat back. Mark Curtis basically after that table spot, Mark Curtis after that table spot basically goes fuck it and he counts to 3, and then literally everyone plays dead, which is great. Arn Anderson turns up, he just shakes his head, and then disappears. Then you've got Paul Orndorff, Lee Marshall, and Terry Taylor. They all turn up screaming at each other, screaming at people to get the stretchers. It takes a fucking lifetime to get these stretchers out, doesn't it?
I think it took as long as the match.
I would agree with that. This match was 8 minutes 35 seconds, and fucking, you are right. It took absolutely forever to get them stretchers out.
It seems mad though as well, because if you watch like Jimmy Hart's like consoling like Sherry, who was on the opposite team, which like it sort of makes you think, hang on, like
what's going on here?
Is this is this supposed to happen? Is this, I don't know, you don't know how much of the crowd saw that or whatever, but it's good. If it was a work, it was fucking good. I loved it.
Did you believe again?
I believed.
I love it.
I believed.
I love when you fall for it. It's great.
This was
mate, I fall hard. That's the problem.
This was
I could tell. I love it. So yeah, I'll be honest. I've rated it probably higher than what it should be, but I've gone 1.5 stars.
Okay. I've gone 1 star. Everything's set aside about what we know nowadays and what has happened. It was a messy match. The ref should have stayed with the men, as the actual match was
absolutely
only the men. The women were just there as to stop each other. Japanese table for the win.
I am the table.
And in fairness, it was like they were trying. It's Kevin Sullivan, I believe, was booking at the time.
He's just shit, isn't he? That's the
Kevin
best way I
Sullivan
can put it. He's just shit. Me and him are kindred spirits in the respect of we will do shit just to try it and something's going to stick. Mate, that shit was runny. It ain't sticking. You're Vince Russo.
I'm a combination of the both.
Oh, fuck me. Get off. Get out. You don't get to talk about the tag team title match.
I didn't realise I get a fuck.
I'll give it a 1.5 stars as well.
All right, fair dues. So we are coming towards the end. We are, believe it or not, on match 9 of 10. First of all, though, we get an advert for the next pay-per-view. It's called Uncensored. But what confused me is who was advertising it. So, this is a pay-per-view. You put your star in front on the pay-per-view. Buy the pay-per-view, come and watch it. Who do we advertise? Hugh fucking Morris. What's that all about?
The only way I can see it was they was going for like some sort of, right, this is going to be a chaotic pay-per-view.
Yeah, I agree.
They're unsanctioned matches.
Off the top of your head, what did he do at that pay-per-view?
No idea. I don't think I've ever actually watched this pay-per-view. So
that'd be interesting, then.
It will be interesting when we get there. What I didn't get, though, who was the other bloke in the cell with him?
Don't know. Roddy Piper, probably.
He just turned up. Was that just me, though? It was like, okay, Hugh Morris, right? Not the person I'd put in this gimmick, but he's doing it. There's another bloke in there who looks like he's just done a DUI and waiting to go to court that day. While some bloke
Jeff Hardy.
While some bloke screaming about this pay-per-view. Like,
yeah,
so I think they're just advertising with no creativity at all. Like yeah, exactly. Like everything's like manic, everything's like you said, chaotic. I think that's the sort of like thing they went for. But it's just there's nothing new, is there? It's like NWO is running chaotic everywhere. You got Hugh Morris fucking laughing down the camera doing fucking stupid stuff.
This man, the last time we seen him, right, and this is just from us. Obviously, we haven't watched the Nitros in between, but the last time we seen this man, he was run over by a motorcycle. So
actually,
there you go. He didn't get up after the count of 10. Jimmy Hart was a bit devastated. Like
he's moved on to fucking.
Well, he's not actually, because they're all members of the Legion of Doom, Dungeon of Doom. Sorry, they were not with Hawk and Animal at any point. I realised what I said.
Oh, Kevin Sunderland. Anyway, fuck it off, because we get the main NWO music and we get a title card. It is for the World Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Or is it? I'm confused. Why are these still the champions? I know, that's right. Eric Bischoff makes the rules up as he goes along. It's match 9. It's the Outsiders. It's Nash and Hall with 6, apparently. Versus Lex Luger, and the Giant, as advertised. Referee is Mark Curtis. He's ready for double duty too. I need to ask that. Why? Right, and bear in mind, we haven't come to the main event yet, but spoiler alert, Randy Anderson and Nick Patrick are not refereeing on this card. We do see Nick Patrick at some point. I specifically remember seeing him. I can't remember when. I don't really care when. I just remember seeing him in his little fucking... in his vest. He comes out in his vest. Yeah. I'm sure he does.
Or it might be the running on DDP.
Yeah, that bit. He just looks like a dickhead anyway.
I love the cut-offs. I love the cut-off, though.
Why isn't he reffing? Why isn't Randy Anderson reffing?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? Why are we doing double duty with a massive company like this in 1997?
I'm going to say Kevin Sutherland again. No, I get what you mean.
Blame that motherfucker for everything. That's what I'll like. That's what I'll say.
It's like, okay, Randy Anderson to me, would you say he was the main ref, the head ref in WCW?
Yeah.
Mark, would you agree with that?
I'd say so, yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Him and Mickey J, I think Mickey J takes over at some point, but Randy Anderson. Then you've got Nick Patrick, who is the NWO ref.
Storyline gimmicks.
And
spoiler alert, he's also the mystery ref for Sting and Hogan.
Which we've not covered yet, or have we? But the weird thing is, though, it's like, okay, we've got two other referees. They can do it, fuck them. And I don't get that. It's like, right, if in kayfabe you want to keep titles in your respective camps, wouldn't you try and petition to get your referee to do it?
You just can't have Mark Curtis being serious with Kevin Nash. You can't have it.
It's like as well, like WCW at this point, they're not overthinking things and saying, hang on, you know what? I think we're using this person too much. We need to vary it up. Do you know what I mean? It's like them going along them lines and saying, oh, let's not use Nick Patrick in this one because fans might tick on. You know, they might switch on to the fact that we're overusing people. And you got fucking 15 members of the NWO fucking doing nothing. So it's nothing to do with that at all. So like you said, if you want to put heat on the tag team, if you want to, you haven't even got to do anything. You've just got to come out with your own referee. Surely that starts the fire. That starts your own heat without you doing anything.
Here we go. Signals. Their old tricks again.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That you've got a weapon there, and you don't even have to say or do anything.
Yeah, no.
They can just see they can see a visual, and the fans will make up their mind. Oh, you cheating fuckers!
Boom. Roasting.
There you go. So I don't know why they haven't done it. I don't know why they haven't used it. It's not for a fact of not overusing because they don't give a shit about overusing and doing the same things, and you know what I mean, repetition and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, your guess is as good as mine. It's just
I like the idea that Mark Curtis, like we said, like, okay, I'll do this match, and then like Mickey J goes, all right, I'll do these for you. Then like Randy Anderson goes, oh, I'll do that. No, not today, brother. It doesn't work for me, bro. Mark Curtis had veto on all referees.
Randy, you Randy, you ref the Rumble.
Randy,
all right, brother.
I'll do that for you, Marmite.
Mark Curtis reminds me of the dad of out of Jurassic Park 3.
Don't talk to me about it.
This is fantastic. I need it explaining because I didn't bother to look, but why was there no Lex Luger to begin with? And I know this might have been covered off in the promo with the Giant.
It's because he had a plaster cast. He was signed off medically to say that was.
He had a fit note, class.
Yeah, he had a note. He had a note from the doctor and one from his mum as well.
Yeah.
And he was fit to work.
Was that because of?
Yeah, because he had too much masturbating.
Yeah, he's on.
I thought the wizard sleeve at the cast was impacting his.
Yeah, because he's got like a Terminator arm on that, ain't he? Like,
yes.
Fucking.
He didn't need the cast because in 1993 we were told by the WWF that he's got a metal plate in the arm. So how do you make a metal plate more deadly? Oh no, cover it up with the cast.
Well, technically, that's how we rocked Yokozuna to give him the body slam on it. So,
yeah,
you know,
You know.
There you go. But yeah, so basically,
Jerry Jarrett over there.
I was like, was that on the USS Intrepid?
That's the one.
Was that on the Intrepid?
Yeah.
The body slamming challenge.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, the crowd are
so
really...
NWO was like, nah, you're all right. You ain't cleared. That's it. Fuck 'em.
Get out there with your sleeve.
Yeah.
Mark Curtis didn't give a fuck later on. Let's just tell you that. So the crowd are hot. Purely for the star power of the Outsiders is the only way that I can really perceive why they were into this at all. The match absolutely bores me. I'm not even going to fucking mess around here or, literally the most entertaining part of this match is the bloke in the top of the crowd. So when
back to the sub story. But this is a new character, so it's developing now, lads. The anime's getting interesting.
It is. I'll try to bring it along as we go. But hard cam, top of the stairs, there's a bloke. He takes off his shirt because he's obviously
gets warm in the cow palace.
He gets warm in the cow palace. He's fucked off his tray. What does he start doing? Posing like Hogan. What a geezer! And literally,
so you invented the dab.
Well, we're 30-year-old men doing a dub. That's embarrassing. I hope my daughter don't watch this when she's older. Fuck me, she's gonna go, Dad, you were a dickhead
because of this.
Yeah, well, life goes on, doesn't it? So anyway, he gets 5 stars. That bloke posing like top of Hogan, top of stairs. I can't speak my words out. I've had to whiskey now.
Back in
what a powerbomb by Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that powerbomb was all giant.
I agree. I
feel like I've heard that.
Do you agree, Mark?
I agree, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we agree. All of a sudden, Luger with his ring jacket, if you can call it that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
What did you rate that ring jacket compared to like the rest on the card?
If you put that on somebody else, I'll give it probably 2.5 stars. Of course, it's on Luger. 0.75 for the best.
Gets off a wheelchair.
He is in street clothes. Does that for or against? He's not in official gear. He's in his streets.
He's in a sleeveless hoodie and jeans. What a knobhead.
Yeah.
Backstreet's back. All right.
I'd wear it.
Yeah, well, no disputing that. Where's Bedford, bro?
What?
So anyway, Luger turns up with his ring jacket for the op tag. But first of all, he chucks Bischoff to the floor.
Yeah.
It's quite good, that was. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Luger comes in, does his gimmick, hits a fucking... What's it called? What's that fucking finish called that he does now?
His finish?
Yeah, the rack attack.
Torture rack.
Torture rack, that's the one.
Yeah. Torture rack.
Nash apparently taps out. Job's a good one. But then, the bell rings. Yeah. We've got new tag team champions. But then he carries on. The giant choke slams Hall. The ref counts 3 there. The commentators are putting it over. We want to make sure after last month. It's just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Who books this shit?
Some bloke named
Kevin Sutherland or something like that.
Could be.
Right, I'll give it 2 stars just purely for the powerbomb, lads. Just purely for the powerbomb.
I gave it 1 star, half a star for the powerbomb, a 1/4 star
Too generous
the 1/4 star for the drop kick that Giant pulled off, which was actually good.
We got about
that was dead good. That actually popped me. And also 1/4 star for Luger, and the crowd actually really up for Luger. They were up for Luger. You know what? On the fly now, I'm calling it 1.5, half star for each part I mentioned.
Okay.
1.5.
Yeah, I'd say 1 star. It would have been 1.25, but Luger coming out and actually participating in the match just brought it down a 1/4 star, unfortunately.
Someone else want to say it, or
no? Dave rated it 3.5 stars.
What?
So Mark.
Yeah. He was definitely sharing joints with fucking Lex Luger at this point. Wasn't
He was fought.
What, pints of milk?
Yeah.
WBF.
Oh, wow. Wow. 1992 over here. And so once again, we get our final title card. But we don't get Buffer. We couldn't afford him at this one. And we get Hogan's music that hits, which A, is weird. B, Bobby the Brain Heenan immediately calls out and says, yeah, so the champion should come out last, but Hogan wanted more entrance time. Ted DiBiase and Vincent follow in his shadow. It's weird for me to see Virgil and the $1 Million Man side by side as managers with someone, especially Hulk Hogan, considering the history that they had.
What's weird for me is why anyone in the history of ever would say that Virgil would be qualified to be the head of security for a chocolate pudding, let alone a fucking organisation of wrestlers.
The boxer, I'll have you know.
Even then.
All right then, sound.
I'm gonna say
that's what Mike Tyson said.
Box.
Class. No penalty kicks for him.
-5 stars to Virgil.
Oh, nice, like that. That's good. New segment on the show, of course. -5 stars with Virgil. So World Championship Wrestling's World Heavyweight Championship is on the line for the main event. It is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the champion, who comes out first, versus Rowdy Piper, the challenger, who has spent 7 days in Alcatraz. As we mentioned, Mark Curtis is doing double duty. He's back for more. No Nick Patrick, no Randy Anderson. Dickinson, Curtis, I'm not sure who done the most fucking matches this card, but fuck me, they earn the money. Right, let's dissect this fucking shithole of a match. So, we get a low blow. There's no disqualification.
Yeah.
We get a chair shot. There's no disqualification. We get Wall Street and Vincent trying to get involved. They get knocked down for the trouble that they're causing, and then they just leave.
Yeah.
They don't hang around ringside. You just see them walking off. What's that all about? They leave. Sting and Savage turn up. Savage starts walking to the ring. Sting goes, "No, mate." Savage goes, "Yeah, mate." Sting walks off. Savage is by the ring. Sting fucks off. The match is just awful. I can't even bring myself to even talk about the matches, to be honest with you. Look, I don't know what happens. The finish is a mess. The finish is probably the worst finish on the card. But again, it's the overbooking of it doesn't work for me, brother, right? It really is. I can't look weak, so this is what's going to happen. Right, you're going to put me in the sleeper, and that's I'm not gonna do anything because you know that dual finish. So obviously the referee calls for the bell because he's done the three arms, and we got a new champion. Your man Savage obviously pulls Hogan's feet under the ropes, gives him some brass knucks. We don't hear the bell ring again. We don't hear the match restart.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Hogan hits Piper. And then we get a freak out. And I'm just a bit confused. So I need to take a break. And Martin, this is the perfect time to take a little bit of a break if you get my flow.
So do you want me to cheer you up with some
Yes, please.
poetic from the man himself?
I really need this in my life right this second.
We need to hear the words of a thespian, a modern day thespian.
So this is the segment that's called
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness, yeah, has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney.
Oh yeah.
I think I've just screamed.
This is verse 1 from Remember Me, which is platinum album in the rap genre. made by Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Actually, platinum. Fuck off.
Multi-platinum, 2003. It's from the album Be a Man.
Oh, Jesus.
So, y'all remember me from back in the days? The wrestling OG, Randy Savage, don't play. Been chilling in that cut. But I'm back on the scene. I'll still kick your butt because I'm still real mean. So I'm coming with the heat. So don't try to stop me. Refuse to get beat so y'all can't stop. Y'all can't top me. Still got the fury. Still got the fire. The best till I retire because that's my desire. But now I flipped the script. I'm rapping on the mic. But don't get it twisted. I'm always down to fight. Because it's in the blood to pass on the legacy. Macho Man Ghoul of Hard Knocks. Remember me? And that was a lovely verse from Macho Man Randy Savage from the album Be a Man. Multi-platinum release. Rip to the man.
It was so emotional it caused me to cry.
I just think like you can't put words any more beautiful than what I've just expressed to you.
I was nearly in tears.
I am in tears.
A tear in my eye.
You are actually fucking Ric Flair in it over here.
I love that segment so much.
He's a good man. He's a good man. He will teach her to be a man, and that's where his intentions was.
I fucking need.
I'm really annoyed once again that he's not on the show. I'm really, really fucking pissed off that he's not on the show again. And you are talking about one of the fucking greatest of all time. And my man, yeah, all right, he's sound. He's doing a heel turn gimmick, right? Sound, not a problem. However, why the fuck is he not on the card 2 months in a row? He weren't on the card at Starrcade originally, the biggest show of the year. Obviously, spoiler alert, again, you know, it's December, but we've covered it already, so we fucking know what's going on. He gets put in a dodgy fucking 6-man tag team match and he has to politic his way to winning the match just for fucking bants. What is going on? Why don't they like Randy Savage? What's happening here?
I think because it doesn't work for me, brother.
Oh, fuck you, Hogan.
Didn't have like a massive like falling out. Like, I know obviously the Mega Powers and I think they had a falling out to WWF, but then it continue on into this like sort of era.
Oh, they would shoot.
And I think it even continued on till even, was it the...
Before he died.
Just before he died, wasn't it? If I remember reading correctly. And he like, that's why he inducted him, because they'd met up and he believed that he was... there was on good terms before he died, so that's why Hogan inducted him. But you know, it's all about me. I mean, it's all about fucking Hogan, and this is my show. I'm gonna run it how I'm gonna tell you how to run it. And it's just it's so bad. It's so toxic. It's unreal.
Yeah.
This main event. Go on, sorry, Don.
I'm just going to elaborate. It's like if you look through every time Macho Man Randy Savage won a world title, Hogan was there to fucking steal the spotlight.
Yeah.
Every single time. And even after his passing, right, he's earned his place in the WWE Hall of Fame. Of any person to...
He would have earned it just because of these rap albums.
Fucking this rap album is a result of the...
I can't even finish that sentence.
His world and IC titles are just a bit of a side thing in the really.
Yeah.
But
it's the side base, ain't it? Side base.
But in fairness, I mean, you could have had fucking Lanny Poffo do it. Fucking the genius could have fucking
inducted him. He did.
His brother.
His brother accepted for him.
Brother.
Yeah, exactly. He accepted for him, didn't he? So it was nice. It was nice that he did that, but ultimately he should have been in it before it. Now, whether he did or didn't sleep with the boss's daughter, as the famous rumour goes, it should have been a kiss and make-up moment and have him in regardless. Just like what happened with Warrior. And, you know, it was a shame, obviously, Ultimate Warrior passing away pretty much within 48 hours of, you know, that WrestleMania, or, you know, 72 hours of accepting the Hall of Fame. But it's just, fucking hell. It's heartbreaking, really. These are legends in the wrestling business, aren't they?
I think he could have had Steamboat, to be fair. Steamboat would have been a good person.
That.
Absolutely. That would have been a good one.
I'd like Flair.
You got to think, when you think of Randy Savage's WrestleMania catalog, for example, you know, up until we get to Crush, pretty much up to 8 was fucking class.
Yeah,
really.
And the only reason we never really got any more after that than that,
9 he was on commentary.
Well, McMahon didn't think he could still go.
Well, there you go. And he definitely could have, as he proved when he did get the opportunity to go in the ring.
Yeah. And guess who was there to fucking hold him down?
Hogan.
So, it just makes you think that Mega Powers break was a fucking shoot. Straight down. Like, straight down the middle, it was a fucking...
Miss Elizabeth! Anyway, this is...
end of segment.
Yeah, this match is fucking shit.
Yeah.
11 minutes and 32 seconds. Piper's passed it, unfortunately. Hogan ain't far off, but he knows what he's doing as a heel to make it.
He can cover it up a lot better than
He gives it longevity, doesn't he? Because he's changed it up a little bit. And that's why he can keep going the way that he's going. The post-match beatdown is just ridiculous. The commentators don't even understand the restart, how the punter are supposed to get it, because, you know, it's not clear. We don't understand it. Mark Curtis doesn't ring the bell. It's just all over the place. All of a sudden, Piper's getting it with the brass knucks and Mark Curtis is making the freak out like he's Nick Patrick. What the fuck's happened?
The thing was, they could have ended the night with Piper winning the title. And then the next night on Nitro said, nah, sorry, look at the footage.
Look, if they do that with a Miz, mark my fucking words, I'm fuming.
I don't know.
Oh, they will. Miz ain't going to WrestleMania with the belt. No way.
Unless Bad Bunny's going to win the belt.
Fuck off. So I give this one 0 stars.
Ow. I want to give it 1 star. But I can't. So I'm going to give it half a star.
Half a star for me as well.
Okay.
It was probably the worst.
2 hours, 45 minutes, and 31 seconds of an overall poor event once again.
I get better.
You promise?
Oh, no, mate. Promise.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I've learned.
You sound like an abusive partner. I'll get better, goddammit. I'll learn.
I'll get better. I'll beat the piss out of you.
So, yeah, go on, Don.
It is, you know what, like, all being said, there is, like, moments of brilliance in this show, if you ask me. And I think we've all agreed there's certain matches where you're like, yeah, this is amazing.
I think with WCW, it's very tunnel visioned at this point.
Yeah. That's a problem in 97, maybe even 98, that they're really leaning on one gimmick when they've got so many other things to grab from.
It's like last time it sold out, you had the Giant against Hulk Hogan. Why didn't you just bring that forward? Let it go for a couple of months and at least 2 or 3 pay-per-views and Nitros in between and all that sort of stuff. Like, it was Hogan and Giant at sold out, and then it was Hogan and Piper at SuperBrawl. Like, how can you build? You obviously can't build something within those weeks. In 3 weeks, you can't build a draw like that. Can you? It's crazy. And that Giant one, and the sold out one, ended in a no contest. Yeah. All the more reason to fucking develop the story.
And this is the problem with the finishes that every Hogan match that we're gonna come across. Really, every Hogan match is gonna have a screwy finish. If I see a clean Hogan finish, I don't know. There needs to be some sort of forfeit for me, really, because I just don't buy it. I don't see one coming.
I tell you what, if anyone's watching, write into us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If Hogan goes down clean
in WCW
between 97 and the end, what is Rob going to do as a punishment? Write in and give us some ideas.
This isn't Impractical Jokers. I'm not willing to fucking
it is now.
Get sold over here. This is...
I'm off
fucking...
the point,
can't make this up at the fucking, like, you know...
You said
Fuck you. Yeah.
You said it.
All right. Fair dues. Fair dues. I'm not getting a Jaden Smith tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo. But,
it can't be a tattoo, unfortunately.
Pretty much everything else may be on the card.
You can get a tattoo from like the 12th of April, ain't or is it the 6th, 17th?
But I don't want one, Mark. I don't want one.
Get a hot tag
I'm not getting the Jaden Smith one. It's as simple as that. So
get a hot tag review.
You will get a HTR tattoo.
No, I won't. I won't get a tattoo. It's as simple as that. Everything else.
You won't get a tramp stamp HTR tattoo on your back.
You're getting way too excited about that.
I want to see this now.
You can fucking want to see it all you want. It's not happening. We're going to end the show.
Rob's doing it.
We're going to end the show. It has been great chatting shit about WCW Superbrawl VII. Is that the one that we watched? Yeah, it was. That's cool. All right, then. We have rated this overall as an average of... What do we think?
2
Where
stars.
do we land?
2 stars. Actually, 1 star, 1.5.
I'd say just a bit above. I'd say 2.25.
Okay. My average was 1.6. Mart, you were at 1.3.
Oh.
Don,
Can I change my answer?
You were at 1.6, which brought us down to 1.5. So 1.5 show. Yeah, it's about right, isn't it, really?
Like
10 matches. And that's the type of quality. 10 matches is a WrestleMania card these days.
Yeah.
What have we just watched?
WrestleMania from 97.
Well, that's next.
WCW.
That is next, and it is WrestleMania 13. So, you know, we do have Austin and Brett to look forward to on the next one, as well as things like Sid and Taker, which is okay. Sid will return and buckle like a bitch, I believe, in that one.
The return of a famous segment.
Shout out to that segment. So we'll just see how it goes. But do you know what I didn't do? I didn't do our introductions at the very beginning of the show. That is ridiculous. That means I need double introductions. I need an opening introduction and a leaving one from you, Don. You can't just make it up on the spot. Mark, I'm sure you'll follow it very well. But until next time, I have been Rob Campbell alongside
Daniel Cap. No, I'm gonna start again.
Fucked it.
You've double dared me, you bitch. Okay, I've been Daniel, Cabin 58 Captain, and Don Bronco reference Cornfield.
Nice.
Nice.
And I've been Martin Holland. I really need to go second on these because I'm following up like
shit.
Yeah.
Well, we stop recording now. We're just
you know what it is, and this is the thing. I'm all right with it. We can shoot. People can listen to this because here's the thing, right? Okay. When you joined the booth, Don, and this became a 3-man program, we had to get some sort of fucking ordering because the very first time that we tried to do it, you pair were just over talking each other like nobody's business. So I said, look, lads, we need to fucking sort this. Who's going first? Who's going second? And that's the order that I've tried to stay to. Tonight, this motherfucker, Daniel Don Broco, fucking Cabin 58 reference Cornfield, right? It's just fucking gone, oh, you go first, Mart. And then complete. Nice. Yeah, for one match, nice. And then completely shit on him for the rest of the night.
He did. He pulled me in, and then he fucking smacked me about a bit down.
Literally, he fucking done you over, good, hard, and proper.
He did.
That's just the way it is. So that's the order. If we want to change the order, let's fucking change the order.
Let's change
right, okay. So now on, going forward, you heard it, WrestleMania 13, it's going to be me, then Mart, and then Don. And then what's going to happen is none of that's going to get remembered, and it's going to get fucked up. And the show's always sponsored by Technical Difficulties. So therefore, get 10% off at Amazon for no reason whatsoever with the code HOTTAG10. I'm out of gimmicks. I don't know if you two are. Have you got anything else you want to say before we go?
Mark, you first. I'm not allowed to.
Nice. Nice. That's good, though. I like that.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Now it's my turn. No, I'm good.
Does not surprise me.
Motherfucker.
No Bobby the Brain Heenan over here, motherfucker.
Well, the cream always rises to the top. Just remember that, folks.
It does.
Until next time, we'll see you later.